Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's Family Technology webinar. Today, our presenter is going to share some information with you on the Aeries Parent Portal. My name is Larissa Pineda. I am an Instructional Services Specialist with the Department of Innovation and Learner Engagement, and I will be your host this evening. I'm going to go ahead and let our panelist introduce himself.
Sorry about that. Hello, hi, my name is Aaron Lindsay. I will be your presenter on tonight. I am a help desk analyst within the RUSD district as a part of the technology services department.
And Aaron is one of our resident Aries experts, so he will be able to give you some great information this evening.
Good evening once again. So the topics we'll be covering on to this segment would be: what is Aeries Parent Portal, data confirmation, how to edit information, how to view grades, and then the Q&A session. What is Aeries Parent Portal?
Oh, before you get started, Aaron, just a reminder, families, if you have a question during the presentation, please use the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. It's 2 word bubbles with the letters Q&A. And at the end of the presentation, Aaron will be able to answer those for you. Thank you, Aaron. Go ahead.
So what is Aeries Parent Portal? Aeries Parent Portal provides online access to students' grades, daily attendance, emergency contacts, medical information, and much more. On this slide here, as you can see here, we have some information in regards to features within the Aeries Parent Portal. For elementary school students, the green check boxes are the features that would be available for those students. And for the middle school and high school, if you notice that there are a couple more extra green check boxes. As you can see under grades / missing assignments, as well as just assignments in general, you will be able to view that information on the Aeries Parent Portal, as well as the student's schedule will be also available for middle school and high school students. For elementary school, as you can see, you'll get the contact information, the school information, the teacher information, the attendance, the state testing scores, and medical history. Before you can access your Aeries Parent Portal account, you should have received, if you're a new to our district or a new to Aeries Parent Portal, you should have received an email. The email will look very similar to what you see here on the slide. It will come from Aeries Parent Portal. It will say new parent / guardian account created, and it will have your information in regards to your username, which would be the email address associated in Aeries under contacts, and then a temporary password, which you would type in order to access your newly created parent portal account. To access your parent portal account, you will go to https or http:// which would be our district webpage. Once on the district webpage, at the very top, you'll see some menu options. One of those menu options would be parent or parents. You will hover over that word parents, and it will bring down another menu option. The menu option on the far left that says Aeries Web Parent Portal, you will click on. And from there, you'll get to another page where it will say, click here to access Aeries Parent Portal. Once you click on that link, it will take you to a screen that should look very similar to this. And on this screen, as you notice here, we have a red arrow pointing to the email field box. You will put in that email address that is associated to your parent portal account. It should be the same email address that is under the contacts in Aries. Um, if you forgot your password, for instance, the circle around forgot password, if you click on that particular link, you will take you to a screen where you would type in your email address. And then from there, you would follow the forgot password instructions. Another thing that I want to point out while we're on this screen is on the top right hand corner, you see where it says English, there's a little drop down arrow. You can click on that drop down arrow and choose Spanish. That is currently the only other language that we have set up for our parent portal accounts. Now I'm going to go ahead and talk about data confirmation. What is data confirmation? Data confirmation is how school sites and the district collect information, important information about your student. Information collected during data confirmation includes items such as contact information, phone numbers, address, emergency contacts, and other district or school documents. I'm going to pause or stop sharing for a minute so I can bring up a demo of what data confirmation looks like, and we'll go step by step. Before I do that, I do want to show you in this, here is a sample or a test email account that I've created to show you some of the emails you would receive. So earlier I was talking about the new parent account created email. Here's what it looks like once again. As you can see here, it gives you the URL that you will click on in order to access your parent portal account, what your username would be, and then a temporary password. For those of you who click maybe the forgot password link, this is what it would look like as far as the email address, or when it will send you an email. It will look similar to this, and it will have this email code. Now, sometimes with this email code, it may not work properly. So I like to suggest, as you get these forgot password emails, that you click on the click here button. And what it does is it takes you directly to the parent portal URL, and it automatically puts in the email code. So this way you don't have to worry about trying to copy and paste it or type it in. And then from there, it will allow you to reset your password to whatever you desire it to be. Pardon me, I'm trying to move this out the way here. Okay. So here's that screen that I was talking about earlier, the actual URL parent portal website. Notice it says test here. Your guys' should not say test. It should just say Riverside Unified School District, but we're using this as for the demo. So I've already typed in my email address. I'm going to go ahead and click next. And as you can see, my system is moving a little slow. I'm going to go ahead and type in the password and click sign in. Currently, right now, for most school sites, if you have not already completed data confirmation, the first thing that will open up, it would be data confirmation. It should look very similar to this when you first log in this school year if you have not completed data confirmation. It should take you directly into data confirmation. And if you notice here, there is a pink message letting you know that you must complete data confirmation before you can access any other area within the portal. Down here, we have tabs 1 through 8. And you can't finish or you can't move forward if you notice everything's grayed out after the first tab here. So I can't click on the second tab without completing what's on the first tab, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and complete this first tab. This first tab, as you can see, says it's family information. It's asking, the first question it's asking is if there's at least one parent or guardian for this particular student who is currently active in the military. So active actually means that you're actually you're not a reserve, but you're actually an active duty member of the military. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and click no, and I'm going to scroll down to the next portion of this family information, which is the student housing questionnaire. Based off the different options here, you would choose which option best fits your current housing situation. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and choose none of the above. And now from here, I'm going to go ahead and click on confirm and continue. The next portion is the income survey. The income survey we're using for, the district is using for possible school funding to help with those students who are in less need. So therefore, that's what this particular information is going to be used for. So here, I'm just going to go ahead and choose that I have 3 people in my household. And then I'm going to go ahead and choose the monthly housing income that best represents my family. So in this case, I'll go ahead and choose the middle option here. And then I'm going to go ahead and click confirm and continue once I'm done with this page. Please note that you have a warning message letting you know that the information that you're putting in here, please make sure that it's correct. If it's not correct, then click the cancel button and make sure that you update that information before clicking OK, because once you click OK, you cannot edit this particular information. Next is the student demographic information. As you can see here, you have options to update your mailing address, your residence address, the phone number, the student's mobile number, the corresponding language, as well as the parent highest education level. Please note that any changes to the address does not necessarily change automatically. It still has to be reviewed by the school site before those changes get made in our student information system into Aries. Another thing is you must also remember to bring in the 2 proofs of residency so that that address can get updated. So in this case, for me, I'm not going to change any of this information. This information is great. It's wonderful. So we move forward to confirm and continue. Next is the contacts. This is where you will type or put in all of your emergency contacts. The father, the mother information should hopefully already be there. If not, then you can click on the plus symbol to add a new contact and enter that information in. If the information that is currently on display is incorrect, you can click on the pencil button to edit that particular contact. And it will take you into the edit contact window. And from here, you can update whatever information you see available here. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and update the mobile number. Once I make the updated changes, I'm going to go ahead and click save. If you also noticed, when I clicked on the pencil to edit the contact, there was also an option to delete out the contact. So if you have contacts that are no longer needed in the emergency contacts area, you have the ability in data confirmation to delete those contacts out. Once you add, update, or remove contacts from this tab, you will go ahead and click confirm and continue. Next is the documents tab. Under documents, as you can see here, we have quite a few documents. We have some district documents that will be um, will be needed to bring back to the school site. As you can see here, there's this parent guardian student handbook that if you click on it, it will open up into a PDF document, and you can go ahead and print that out. I believe you can also fill that information out on the actual PDF and then print out the document once you completely filled out the document. We have more of an informational under district. It's the establishing proof of residency. And then further down, you have some school documents. These documents are what that particular school site that your son or daughter is attending requests that you look at, as well as sign and possibly bring back. Please note that each one of the ones with each document that has a checkbox where it says I have read the required document, it will not you will not be able to move forward until you actually clicked on these particular documents and downloaded them. Next is authorizations. These authorizations, as you can see here, there's quite a few. You will go ahead and you will select based off of the description of the authorization, as well as the small uh, description of each authorization. You will go ahead and make the choices necessary for each one of these. Please note that you should fill out or complete each one of the different authorizations in order to continue to go forward. Under the meal program, if you notice here that there looks like there's this blue link here, this blue link will take you to the school funding form, which will allow you to help the school with funding for those who are in need, those students that are in need. So you can go ahead and click here and it will take you to the actual school funding form. For high school students who are in the 11th and 12th grade, you will see these authorizations here, basically asking for release of directory information based off of college, potential employee, and military. Answer these questions to the best of your abilities. Luckily, there's a description for each one of them, so it will help make your choice easier. Once you have selected all of the options or choices for each one of the authorizations, you'll click the Save button. If you notice at the very top now in red, it lets me know that the authorization data has been saved and it gives you a date timestamp to let you know that the information that you selected has now been entered in or saved. From here, you're going to go ahead and click confirm and continue. This screen here is the request docs area. For those of you who have moved, you have an opportunity here to upload the proof of residency, your utility bill, your internet bill, or maybe even an insurance bill, whatever bill that actually has your current address. You can upload, as you can see here, it says a PDF document, a JPEG document, a Word document of the bill into this data confirmation area here. And you would just simply click on select document, and it will take you um, to another screen where you would select that particular um, Word document or picture to upload into the data confirmation area here. This next one here describes uploading the required documents after data confirmation has been completed. That required document would be the emergency contact card. You can go ahead after you complete all of the different tabs. Uh, you can go ahead and print that emergency card out, sign it, have your students sign it, and then scan it and upload it back into data confirmation. I believe right now school sites prefer that you actually still send them the paper copy of your emergency contact card. Further down here, we have immunization records. You can upload if you are a TK kinder, or if you have a TK kinder and a 7th grade student, you can upload a copy of their immunization records as it is needed in order for the student to meet the state immunization requirements to enter into school. If you don't have any documents that you want to upload at this particular time, you can go ahead and just click confirm and continue and move on to the last portion of data confirmation. Basically, it's having you just view or review each one of the tabs and make sure that the information that you entered or changed or altered or added is correct. And then from there, you will click on finish and submit. From there, you will then click on print a new emergency card. And once you click on that, a PDF document of the items that you have selected uh, through this process will show up, as well as the updated contact information. All of the authorizations that you have selected will also be on this emergency contact card with a parent signature and a student signature line. You will then go ahead and print that particular document out, sign it, date it, have your student sign it and date it, and bring it back to the school site. Or you can also upload it back into data confirmation by simply going back to the request docs area and selecting the document that you have scanned back into your computer or device. I'm going to now go back to the presentation portion. Next topic is how to edit contacts through your portal account. So data confirmation has a end date. Um, for some schools, it's the end of the school year. For others, it may be a little sooner. But most schools have until the end of the school year. So you may think, oh well, how do I edit my contacts? Well, here's how you would edit your contacts after you have completed data confirmation. From the student info, or from the home screen, should I say, of your parent portal, there should be a menu bar that says student info. You will hover over the student info and select contacts. Under contacts, you should see the same pencil that you saw when you were doing data confirmation. You should still see that same pencil option. And from there, you will go ahead and update the contact information. You can add a new contact. There should be a add button on the far right-hand side of the contacts. And you can go ahead and enter that particular information in. Once you have completed updating or adding contacts, you will click save, and you will repeat the process for any other contacts you need to update or any other contacts you need to add. For middle school and high school students and families, you have the ability to view grades and assignments in Aeries Parent Portal. I'm going to actually jump out of this presentation here and go back into the parent portal account that I have created. Bear with me for 1 second. Now that we completed data confirmation, let me go back to the dashboard. And as you can see here, here's that information that I was just talking about where you can monitor the students' grades. So under class summary, some teachers here have grade books and the student has some assignments that they have completed and got scores for. And this is their overall marking currently for that particular teacher's class. In order to see how well they did on assignments or see some of the assignments, you will simply click on the light blue link under gradebook, and it will take you to the teacher's gradebook and the assignments that the teacher has graded for your student. And you'll be able to see, okay, like this first assignment here, notes, this particular student received 20 out of 20 and got 100%. Currently right now, journal 1, the teacher has not graded yet, so therefore there is no grade for this particular assignment. The next assignment here I see is bags due. It's a presentation that the student has completed and received 48 out of 50 points, and so on and so forth. Down at the bottom, the teacher has categories. And based off of the assignment and the category the assignment is under, it shows you what percentage those assignment categories are worth in regards to the student's overall grade. So this is how much it's weighted, should I say. So formal writing is 40% of the student's grade. And currently right now, the assignments that this particular student has taken, they receive 73 points out of a maximum of 100 points. So they're only receiving 73% of the 40% that this category is counting for their grade. I'm gonna go back now to the presentation. And that includes my portion of the presentation. And we're now at the question and answers session.
Thank you, Erin. We do have some questions that have started coming in. Again, families, if you have a question, please use the Q&A button to ask them. Our first question says, I never received the verification email. So do I not have access to the temporary, so I do not have access to the temporary password. What can I do?
Okay, So if you have never received the email regarding your parent portal account, simply contact the school site and let them know that you have not received the email regarding their parent portal account. And from there, the school site will um, investigate and see why you did not receive it, and then help to get you the access you need so that you can complete data confirmation or look up the data that you would like to see under Parent Portal.
Thank you, Erin. Our next question, I tried to log into the account, but it asks me to change the password.
So yes, when you first log into your Parent Portal account with that temporary password, that email that I showed you guys earlier with the temporary password, it's going to prompt you to change the password to something else besides the temporary password. So once you put a new password in, it should allow you to access your Parent Portal account with your new password.
Okay, our next question says, do grades from Classroom, Remind, or other teacher apps transfer into Aries showing completed assignments, or must they be manually entered?
So um, assignments through anything outside of Aries will not be visible in Aries. So the whatever platform the teacher is using outside of Aries, they would have to send you some type of progress type of report through that particular application. But if they use Aries to um, enter their scores, their grades, their the assignments the student is taking, then you will be able to see all of that information through the parent portal.
Thank you, Erin. And we had a follow-up. The parent who did not receive the email verification said the school site could not provide her with information.
So the school site should have been able to provide the information necessary. I know that this year there has been some changes to how parent portal accounts are created. And if the school site needs help making sure that you have a parent portal account, they can put in a work request, and one of the analysts at Technology Services will be able to assist them so that you can be able to have that portal account created.
Thank you. Our next question says, is there a way to change the family information? We made a mistake.
When they say family information, are we talking about contacts? Are we talking about the address? We're talking about a particular phone number. Um, if you made a mistake in regards to that information, you could be able to go back and make adjustments to that. If you're talking about the income survey piece, once that is submitted, it's not a way for you to change that particular information. And lastly, if you're talking about the student housing questionnaire, if you made a mistake there, I believe you can go back and change only if, so from my understanding on that particular portion of data confirmation, if you chose one of the other options besides the none of these options, oh gosh, what is, let me actually go to let me go back to the test account so I can talk better on it.
Okay.
So from my understanding, if you chose one of these particular options here, the temporary sheltered, the hotel, the double up, the temporary unsheltered option by mistake, you should be able to go back and adjust those. If you have chose none of the above and complete and continued forward, you cannot change from none of the above to any one of these other options. Um, if that's the situation, then I would contact the school site to let them know that on the housing questionnaire, you have selected the incorrect option, and they will be able to provide you with a form, a paper form to fill out so that you can choose the proper um, option for the student housing questionnaire, and then they can give that over to the proper department who needs that information.
Great, thank you. Our next question, and Erin, I don't know if you'll be able to answer this. I might have some information if you don't. It says, can remind be disabled for students in the penalty box?
Yeah, I don't know that particular question, so yes, I'm gonna
Okay.
let you answer that one.
My understanding is that Remind is an app for teachers to communicate with students and parents. So they might not want that disabled for the student. If it's something that you would like to have disabled or would not want your student to access, then I would contact the school site directly, and they will be able to put in a work order to disable that for your student. But if it's a tool that the teacher is using to communicate with the student, then they might not want that disabled. But I would reach out to the school site. Erin, how does the parent know if they're missing something in the parent portal?
Um, as far as missing something, I'm assuming we're referring back to in the beginning when I talked about the elementary students versus the secondary student and the features that they're able to see. Um, it for a parent, you're not. I guess you would not be able to know exactly based off of just looking at Aries. Luckily, in this presentation, we talked about, and I'll go back to it. Give me 1 second. Um, we talked about it here. So for a parent, what you would see for elementary schools would be all of this information here. Oh, sorry. The contact information, the school information, the teacher information, the attendance, the state testing, and medical history. You will not be able to see that class summary that I showed towards the end of the presentation, as well as the student's schedule, because at an elementary school, they really only have one teacher. So there won't be an actual class schedule that you would see. And unfortunately, at this time with the elementary schools, they're using a different product or application for grades. So that's why you're not able to see any of the grade information or assignment information through Aeries Parent Portal for elementary schools. So what does that look like on the parent portal? Let me go back to that test account. So here is a secondary account or a student who's in middle school or in high school. This is what a parent would see that when they first log in after they completed data confirmation is the class summary, a calendar, some attendance information. If there's any resources, it will be some resources there. The test results, that same test, state testing information that I was referring to, that the elementary schools see, the secondary students will see, secondary students also are able to see for those parents. And then at the bottom here, it shows you who your parent portal account is associated to. So I'm
Are
glad
you
that
okay, baby?
you bring this up, so we can now go and see the elementary school
What?
site.
Oh,
So when you have multiple students in your parent portal account, you have this option here where it says change student, and you can hover over the word change student and it will present to you the students that you have associated to your parent portal account. And from there, you can toggle between the students that you have. So now I'm going to go to an elementary school student. And what you already should notice is that classes that was up here in the menu bar is no longer there. Because again, uh, elementary school students don't have actual multiple classes. They have typically one teacher. And then what you'll also notice is under the home page, the class summary that was up here at the very top is no longer there. Instead, you just have calendar, the attendance summary, the resources, the test results, and then again, what students are associated to your parent portal account. You have access to still all of the other information, such as the demographic information, the contact information, your authorizations that you may have selected. You can be able to see those. Any documents that you have uploaded into data confirmation, that will be under the student docs area. So you'll be able to view those if you need to. Of course, the attendance, the medical history, the immunization records, and the state testing information is still available to an elementary school student for parents. Hopefully that answered your question.
thank you, Erin. There was a follow-up from the question earlier about the part that they made a mistake on. They made a mistake on the armed forces part. Is that something that they can go in and fix?
Yes, you can go back into data confirmation and choose the family information. And instead of saying, say for instance, you selected yes, you can go ahead and select no, and it will put a new notification basically in Aries that there was a change on that particular option. And then the school site will then update that information.
Great, thank you very much. Families, we still have time for a couple of more questions. If you have any, go ahead and drop them in using that Q&A button at the bottom of your screen, and we will get those answered. So we'll leave just a couple more minutes if there are any last questions.
And while we're waiting on those particular questions, I'm also going to talk briefly here. There's this bell here, bell icon, should I say, next to your email address associated to your parent portal account. If you click on that bell, it basically lets you know there's alerts that you can set up. These alerts can be only set up really for secondary students. So any student who's in middle school on up. Unfortunately, it's not going to be available for elementary schools because of the fact that they're not using um, Aries for grading. To get your to set up, should I say, your alerts, you will simply go to the down arrow on the upper right hand side, choose configure grade alerts. And from here, what you can do is based off of a particular course, if you want, you can gosh, come on. Okay, I'm sorry. Give me a second. I apologize. It's not showing me what I want to see. Okay. So for some reason, I'm not able to show you what I was going to show you in regards to the alerts here. Um, what was supposed to what these buttons are supposed to do is allow me to choose a particular grade, um, letter grade, such as an A or a B or a C, a D or an F, and select if the student falls below, we'll say a C. You will get an email alert to let you know that that student receiving less than a C in a particular subject. Or you can also do the reverse. If the student is receiving more than a B, we'll say an A, then you'll get an alert to let you know that the student has now got their grade from a B to an A or a C to an A. I'm not sure why in our test environment this is not working, um, but the options that I was showing you, that's where you will go to actually create these grade alerts is under that little down arrow next to the email address on the upper right hand corner, and you would choose that particular option. If you also notice here, you have another option to change your password if you wanted to. If you wanted to check out the um, new um, um, new look for the parent portal, for instance, you can go ahead and click the preview of the new portal look. And I'll do that so you can kind of see what it looks like. So this is what the new look would look like for a secondary student. Curious to see. But yeah, this was the new look. This is what it would look like versus the old look. I'm gonna go back to the old look. And these are just some of the other features that you have as a parent to look at and play with within your portal access. So do we have any other questions?
Yes, we do. It says, how about missing assignments? I'm not sure if they wanted to know how to view the missing assignments or get alerts for missing assignments.
So you will not get an alert for missing assignments, but you will be able to if you log into your portal account. Right here where it says missing assignments, it will show you the number of missing assignments a student has for each one of their classes. So right now, unfortunately, my tester does not have any missing assignments. But if there was at least one missing assignment, this particular zero will turn into a red and whatever the number may be. So a red one in this case, if it's missing one assignment. And you'll be able to click into the gray book and you will be able to see that one missing assignment. So say for instance, the teacher actually went ahead and graded this particular assignment and the student did not turn that assignment in, this marking here, this scoring here would turn red and show that the student is missing the assignment. Hopefully that answered your question.
The parent says, yes, it did. All right, families, if there are no additional questions at this time, I would like to give you some information about some upcoming webinars that we have. Erin, if you could go to our last slide.
Sure.
So we will be hosting another webinar at the end of the month. It is for our paper online tutoring platform. So that is RUSD's free online live tutoring service. And that webinar will be September 28th at 5:30 p.m. Paper is available for all of our 7th through 12th grade students. You can register by going to bit.ly/familytech928.